Welcome, everyone. We are here to have a little chat about The Rock. My name is Shirley, and I am a host in The Rock. And this is Liette, and she's also a host. And what we're going to talk about is, I guess, first of all, just what The Rock is. And it is a community of people that are very focused on healing. It's called the Remission Optimistic Community. And we meet at least once a day, sometimes twice a day. And we are very focused on healing, creating health. So we actually do take some time to share, and we talk about creating health. And with that, we set intentions for the day. We talk about our wins and the skills that we're using. We talk about affirmations and gratitudes. And one of the main things that we focus on is called A Future Now. It's Joe Dispenza, and it is about creating our future, but living in it now and feeling the feelings of living in it now. And we do also Rock Academy, which is a video series, and it is about rewiring your brain. And it's a wonderful series. We work on that once a week. And together we meet and talk about different healing modalities and key factors that we have. Each week we focus on one particular key factor and sometimes several different modalities. So that's just kind of a general idea. Is there anything that you'd like to share about that, Liette?
Well, you pretty well said everything. Yes, it's a healing factor. More so, a smaller group that we meet every day, and that to me is so important that we can meet that way.
We are very focused. I love that the focus is learning something new all the time. You know, we are learning with the different healing modalities, especially. Some of them, are things that people have never tried. And so it's something that we can try it and see if we like it or how it works for us. And if we don't like it, we can move on to the next one, because I don't even know how many we have, but I have them written up on my board here that I'm referencing. But there's several of them. And then the key factors are from Kelly Turner's book, Radical Remission and Radical Hope. And she is very, very knowledgeable. Lots of references in her books to explain the different things. So,
and these key factors to me are very, very important. Once I got into the Rock and noticed that these key factors are helping me so much, not only myself, but the others. And by using these key factors, I see it all the time. People are healing themselves with so many different ailments and chronic diseases that it's inspiring for everybody else here in the Rock.
Some of the key factors that we focus on would be movement and spirituality, which is connection, empowerment, positive emotions, creating positive emotions, and releasing suppressed and negative emotions. We focus a lot on using our intuition and radically changing our diet, embracing social support, and a strong reason for living or a purpose. We've also added sleep to that. Sleep is very important. Herbs and supplements was one of the topics that we talk about. Is there any of those that you really resonate with, Leah?
Well, I think empowerment was one of my most important one, that I realized that with empowerment, almost anything is possible. And the more empowered you are, the more that you can stand up for yourself, balance your life in all aspects. And yes, and then increasing, of course, your positive emotions, and also looking at the negative emotions that are stuck inside us. And they're really great to have, to just look at and see how we can look at them, feel them, and finally let them go and go on. They do come back once in a while, but we know then this awareness of us. And I think that's a beautiful thing too, the awareness of ourselves so that we can do all of these possible key factors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and with awareness, when we're coming in and sharing on a regular basis, and we're going a lot deeper. I find that things are a lot deeper, but and we when we're sharing, we're getting ideas like you had mentioned from other people, and I think there's so much more awareness as we're focused on healing, and we've had people heal from fatty liver disease and diabetes, turning diabetes around, where you're literally labeled by the medical community as having diabetes, type 2 diabetes, and then that not being on their label anymore, I guess, if that's a way to say it. And it's pretty impressive to see, what we can do. Like you were talking about empowerment, what we can do to make those changes. There's a lot of things that we can do that are really going to help us as far as creating health and future now, living into the future, full, robust lives and feeling amazing. Something along with what you said, I think a big part of mine too has been radically changing my diet. And what I love about the Ark and the Rock is that we choose a diet that works for us. So it's not like we're following any specific diet. We are very aware. We are definitely cutting out processed foods. I think that's one of the main things that we do. But we're very aware of each particular food, even clean foods, and how they affect us. Sometimes when we're eating something, it's still driving us to want more and more of that. And it can be a clean food, like a pure whole food. But then if we can recognize that and have that awareness, we can make changes. And, whether it's just, weighing and measuring or something like that. And, sometimes it's something that we just need to let go because it doesn't make us feel good. So any thoughts about anything else there?
Well, when I first came into the Rock, before I came into the Rock, I had heard Kelly Turner's docuseries, and the first one just blew me away. And when I realized that this is what she was bringing in, Joan was bringing in with Tina, it was awesome. I was so excited to be part of this because I knew that I was going to become a whole person again because of all the strength, all the emotions that we work on, and instead of, as we say in here in the Ark itself, we think of 20% of food, but the rest is all your lifestyle, your brain, looking at all these aspects, and the vibrancy and the strength that it blew me away after the first series that we had. It just blew me away. It was more than I ever expected to happen to me. There was so much to live for, and all of these, like purpose in life, and all of these things we think about before or after we have our talks. It's something that is unbelievable that I have changed completely. It's just changed me, and it's made me stronger, more vibrant, and I'm living in my future now as well. Because that way, my health creation, that's what I work on, my health creation. And it's a fun thing, because we have those, the health creation, we have intentions. What is my intention for that day? Because then my whole day is on that intention, and it makes me feel unbelievable. Then we have wins. What are our wins? And, skills that we want to work on or what we love to do. Then we have the future now, but I always call it my future self. What am I doing now? What's myself, my future now? And living in my future now, I feel it just vibrating through me. So, and of course, gratitude. And we live in gratitude from our hearts. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I love that. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask you what made you come into the rock itself?
I wanted the healing. I'm focused on healing. And I love how you said with the future now that we're living that. And that's what we see. It's so funny. Like the first week is when we really start to create our future now and start to be focusing, on the things that we can do with intention every day to get to that point. And it's so amazing how we actually watch people, and like at the beginning they're like, oh yeah, this is my future now, and this is a huge stretch, like this is out there. And then even just a few weeks into it, you see so much empowerment and so much change and hope and strength. And people just talk about how they've just been in here such a short time and they feel so much better. And we have the kindness and compassion in the arc as well, but I think it's just taken to a whole nother level in the rock. So
yeah, so we do need the arc, as you said. We do need the arc for different modalities, and that's where if we talk about a modality, we're going to think of, for example, EFT. Well, if you go into the arc, you're going to get that.
Mm-hmm.
Which is so great to be able to use both the arc and the rock at the same time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I love that you brought up EFT. I mean, that was something that was very foreign to me when I first came into it. And the more I do it, the more comfortable I get and the more I see the benefits. Meditation is another one.
Yes.
We do so much with meditation. And, at first I was like, I'm not comfortable with that. And my brain's just going crazy. And, the more that we practice those modalities, the better we get at them and the more we experience positive things from them. So yeah, I love, and there's so many like that, just laughter, singing, just listening to music. I mean, the healing modalities just seem endless and they're just so helpful. So yeah.
So and of course at the end I just want to say I got my power back.
Mm-hmm.
Been in the arc and the rock, and it's totally different. I feel whole. That's what it is. I feel whole now. Everything seems to be falling into place.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Yeah, and there's so much hope when we can see that things are changing, that we're feeling that. And Joe Dispenza talks a lot about that, is really feeling, how would it, so you want to, have this particular thing happen in your future. How does that feel? Really maybe do visualization or meditation, just to really feel and experience that now, instead of waiting for it to happen in the future, believe that it's happening now. And we start to see it so automatically, it seems like so quickly. And it's just amazing that we are all, just by focusing on health and just by creating those, intentions and wins, skills, affirmations, gratitudes, future now, all those things daily, they're happening, the focus this week for Joe Dispenza was survival versus creation. And when I think about that, how much I was living in survival before, and it was just a total stress state. Everything I was doing was just stressing me out and making me feel worse just by sitting there and doing nothing. I was feeling worse and worse. And, now that we're focused every day on creating health and, the creation and the opportunities and, who knows what's going to work for you, but just keep trying, just keep trying new things. And I'm sure there's even healing modalities that we don't even have on our list. I know there are. I've thought of some. But, we're welcome to hearing those and sharing those and your experience with them. And I just really like that we share our experience because, like you mentioned, EFT, I had never done that, so I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really great. It's an inspiring, and it's awe-inspiring. That's what I call it. It's just like my walks. I call them my awe outings. Um, Finding little things that inspire me. And it's not big things in life. So we just, I find that, yeah, that's one of my favorite things to do.
Mm-hmm.
Go for my awe outings. Yeah. Then there's a lot of modalities that we haven't, as you say, checked into, but they're there, and it's important. That's why what we do here in the Rock. Somebody's got a new modality that they use. Well, let's try it. Let's try it. So sometimes it might not work. Well, that's okay. We'll totter that. We'll say, well, there's something else that might work for me. Or yes, it does. Look at me. And I've heard people say, yes, I use it every day now. So
Mm-hmm.
it's great to be able to hear people what they bring into it too as well.
Yeah.
Because we're all different. We all have different ideas into how we can improve. And when we bring that into it, then we grow too at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
We all do. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. This week we're talking about sleep, and we were sharing about, like the circadian rhythm and how good it is to be outside and how it all kinds of goes together because, like, with sleep, it's good to be outside and get movement and be in nature. Grounding is very important for that. And, all the different things, like from the moment that we wake up in the morning, we start creating our health, our path for good sleep at night, and a lot of that has to do with routines, building routines, especially around our sleep routine, but even throughout the day. And there's just so many things that we can do to better that. And, I think a lot of times people coming in are just like, oh, I'm a terrible sleeper and I didn't know I could improve it, or I didn't know how to improve it. So that's just one of the things that we just go so much deeper into and, think about things that we've never thought of before. And like you were saying, try them, see if they work for you. Yeah. I remember someone was doing tapping for sleep and it was really helping them with sleep. And, there's different things will help with. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's great. That's a great, yeah.